The hosting rating meme, I think it's like one of the most misunderstood memes on Twitch. It's like something that a lot of people think that like hosting and rating is beneficial. But if you really if you just think about it, so we have the data to support this. But if you, I'll pull up the data right now. Hold on. I have to actually log into a bunch of shit. Okay, so if you host a 50% smaller stream, your average viewers over a period of 1 month, your average viewers decline 25%, your new followers decline 44%, and your average chatters decrease by 13%. If you host a same-sized stream, your average viewers decline by 14%, new followers decline by 17%, your average chatters actually increase by 2%. Interesting but not meaningful. And if you host a 50% larger stream, you get a 5% decrease in average viewership, a 8% decrease in average chatters, and a 15% increase in new followers. So hosting, or 16%, excuse me. So hosting 50% larger streams for new followers can be good, but you still lose average viewers and average chatters. So why is this the case, right? This seems like really weird. So now let's like break down like why this actually happens. Twitch is not like YouTube. Every streamer on Twitch is a potential competitor to you if they're in your time slot, because you can only watch one stream on Twitch at a time. In before somebody's like, well, Devin, I actually watch like 4 streams. Like the vast majority of users watch 1 stream at a time. So whereas a YouTube video, you can do pretty much infinite collaboration. You can watch YouTube videos at any given time. With a Twitch stream, you can't do this. So the problem is, by hosting or rating another channel, you're introducing your viewers to content that literally directly competes with yours. And so as a result, you're driving viewers to that place and that audience that would otherwise be watching you, which is pretty much universally a bad thing. You can host streams that are slightly, and also when you just think of the difference in the call to action, right? So what do I get for hosting? Well, if I'm lucky, it's an on-stream notification. It's a like 30 to 1 minute chat window of talking about me. And then it's like a thank you from the streamer. Go check this out, guys, right? This is literally the best I can get from hosting someone. This is if I'm all the ducks in a row, I get really lucky. I get all these things. But what do they get? They get a direct transfer of viewers, raids, to their channel, direct and off yours. In the case of hosting, every time your channel is offline, you're free advertising their channel. So hosting is like objectively sending viewers away from you, right? You're not getting the same number of viewers as you would. Polvex, thank you very much for the 5. I'll address that in a minute since I'm in the middle of like a talk. Thank you so much, though. Really appreciate it. So a lot of people will say, well, what about people hosting you back in return? And what we've shown is if you host every day and you raid every day, that just won't shake out. You might get lucky and you get some hosts from people and raids from people. Now, this is not to say that collaboration is bad on Twitch necessarily, because collaboration can actually raise you up quite a bit. But the physical coded process of hosting people and raiding people is bad, because you just have to think about how it is. Raiding is actually way worse than hosting. Raiding, so if I take my viewership and I transfer it to another place, that is a person that is a competitor to my stream, that is really bad, right? That doesn't make much sense to do if you really think about it. Now, the other thing that is bad about hosting is usually when you go offline, people will keep your stream open, especially if you stream every day at the same time. they'll keep their browser window open and they might go do something else. And if you come back and you stream later, that passive viewership then accumulates because those streams autoplay and they restart again. If you host and raid people, you actually don't have that audience, so your time to average viewership increases and curves upward as well. Normally, it takes about 90 minutes to 2 hours. 90 to 120 minutes is the stat for you to curve out to your top optimal viewership. But if you host and raid on a consistent basis, it's actually 90 minutes longer for that reason. What if you only hosted or rated people in your organization? It's still the same thing. It's competition. So the way to understand this is you have to look at every other Twitch stream as a potential. So you have a choice of like watching one person. And right now you're choosing to watch me. Thank you, by the way. That's absolutely awesome. But in a live stream format, you can't really go watch other people right now. But there are other people on the platform. So if you're the way that like loyalty and like the psychology works is you may be watching me right now because you just decided to end up on me and like you're too lazy to click away or like whatever, or what I'm talking about is like actually interesting. There may be a million different reasons why you're watching. I don't know. But if I introduce you to another concept and you say, oh yeah, I like didn't think about that person, then you like start watching that person, particularly if you're hosting and rating people on your time slots, then maybe tomorrow you decide to watch that person over me. Maybe they're doing something more interesting. And I introduce that competition. I introduce that imprint, right? Which is not good. On YouTube, though, it's not the case. You can just, like, because of recommended. So squad streaming is good? I don't know. Squad streaming is too new for us to have data on. So I truly do not have the numbers on it. Sorry. Imagine two groups on Twitch. One group hosts each other. The other group doesn't host at all. The group all hosts each other has greater growth. You would think so, but they don't. they don't. I have no idea on squad streams. So the best thing to do is to get people in your time slot to host you and then not host them. This is the big brain move. But I just don't deal with hosts or raids at all because I just don't bother. But yeah, that's what you do. Again, here's the other problem too, is we're all thinking about this in the context of streaming on Twitch. But Twitch is really bad for discovery to begin with. So a lot of this is tempered by the fact that there's actually no good way to grow on Twitch. And that's something that I think a lot of people don't realize. There is no way to grow on Twitch that's good because any way there is eclipsed by using third-party platforms like YouTube or Instagram or whatever. If you're trying to grow on Twitch, you should be just making YouTube videos because the recommended is going to drive more people to your stream than if you're trying to do something on Twitch. So one of the big reasons why there's no real good way to, yeah, you can leech. Leeching is fine. I mean, there's been a lot of people that saying there's no good way to grow on Twitch is very harsh. I don't stand behind that statement at all. I mean, that's fine. You'd be wrong. It's you can stand behind wrong statements. That's your right to do. The only like for people that are false, you're wrong. Cool. Who are we going to believe? Are we going to believe CPO TTZZ in chat? Or are we going to believe a dude that literally does Twitch analytics every day for a living? Uh-oh. I mean, you do have all names in you do have all caps in your name. It does add credibility. I do agree. Your name sounds pretty cool, so Maybe, but maybe CPO means like Chief Performance Officer. I don't know. Leeching is the only way to make it on Twitch. All new streamers that pop off had content somewhere else are the best players in their game. Well, or they're from a time when discoverability was relevant on Twitch, because discoverability was something you could do from like 2011 to 2015, right? 2014-ish. But discoverability was very possible to be discovered on Twitch. And so most of the people that are big streamers, actually all of the streamers that are big streamers, are people that started in that era when discoverability was relevant. So I would say the only way now to really make it on Twitch is to be a much smaller person and do collabs with much larger streamers. So I'd say like Greek God is like a really good example of people like doing this well, right? Of like doing networking well. Because networking is something that you can still... networking is always going to help with growth. CPO, you're the one that is not providing data, and you're penning for a bending, dude, super fast, because I literally just provided the hosting and rating data by percentage based on studies that we've done in my company that runs Twitch Analytics. You don't know what you're talking about. Prove your analytics, because I already proved by the stats, by percentage, what I'm talking about. Otherwise, I'm going to assume you're trolling and you're going to get banned. You have literally one more sentence. If the next sentence you say is stupid, you're getting audited. So show your numbers and show your stats, or get the fuck out. Be super happy to audit you. I haven't done one today. I've got the YouTube video right here. Choose wisely what your next statement is going to be. If it's another pretentious ass shit about how you know what you're talking about and I don't, and you don't have any numbers attached, you're done. I believe in you, buddy. If you promote your Twitch on YouTube, won't YouTube bury your videos? Definitely not trolling. I watch your statement all the time and appreciate your work. I just disagree with that statement. Okay. Okay, but the reason I'm upset at you is because you keep telling me I'm wrong, but you aren't telling me why I'm wrong. So I literally provided you statistics that we've collected by percentage to support this. So if you have conflicting stats and you run like an analytics thing for Twitch or something, like, please tell me, right? But if you watch my streams a lot, then you know that I'm coming from a basis of data. I'm not talking about this just like, this is not my opinion, bro. Like, this is what it is. This is what it shows. No, it's not a bitch answer. It's a good answer. He's saying that I just disagree with the statement. It's not good enough. I have the data. I'm showing you it. What is your answer? If you don't have the data, I don't give a shit if you disagree. Like who cares if you disagree? If you like it's like fine, okay. I'm just saying you can't use that statement on everyone. Maybe the majority, yes, but not everyone. Is there a place I can DM you? Yeah. Just email me here. If you have something compelling, like, let me know. No, he took ownership of it. It's like, it's fine. I have no problem. He can email me if he has something. If it's just gonna like. So one thing that we wanna do is we wanna be really careful about okay. Hang on, I gotta put in my show notes, so I gotta edit out that fight if this is a YouTube video. That was bad. Okay. Like here's one thing we don't want to conflate. people are going to say, well, look, like Greek God X or whatever, like he did really well on Twitch. He grew on Twitch or whatever. This is networking. Networking works in every single facilitation of life. It's not a Twitch thing to network. It's a network thing to network, right? So you can't say that Twitch has good discoverability because people network to become successful. That's something you can do with any facilitation of life. That is not a platform specific thing. As far as platform-based discovery for Twitch, it's extremely bad and to this day, non-existent. Okay. Platform-based discovery is non-existent on Twitch in this day and age. If you are a 0-viewer streamer, you cannot become a 10,000 viewer streamer in this day and age without external platforms and mentions. It just doesn't happen. There is no discoverability for you. It's impossible. It's next to impossible. I've never heard of it happening. I can't fathom a world where it could happen. Maybe there's like a 0.000000001% chance that like one person discovers you, shares a video to their YouTube that has 10 million subscribers, and you become the world's biggest Minecraft streamer. Like, yeah, sure, maybe, but it's just not realistic. It's not going to happen. The only way to get discovered on Twitch now is to do external, either network or do external platform marketing. And I stand behind that statement. Like that's, and like that's not the case on something like YouTube. Right? Where on YouTube you have a recommended section that is going, that even if you are a small YouTube with no followers, you can start to grow a channel even in 2019, because that's just how YouTube recommends things.
Walk, little walk, small talk, big thoughts, gonna tell them all just what I want. That street, 2 streets, I see you and me hanging on the empty swings.